January is the trial period for the rest of the year because as soon as January is over, we find out if we bought into our dreams out of excitement or commitment. The New Year's resolution, vision boards, goals, and dreams mean absolutely nothing if they only live in January. So let's change that. This is honestly so bad. Like my drawers, I just have so much stuff. Look at all these cords.
You know that I feel good. Doing things I never thought I could. Smiling in the mirror, I look good.
What's up, beautiful people? It is vision board day and I am so excited because this one is coming down. I want to just quickly go over it because I love doing a vision board. Like the year that I didn't do a vision board was like my worst year since I've been an entrepreneur. So I'm like, it's a non-negotiable, even if it's a little bit into January. And I don't really think that vision boards have to be like a 1 year on December 31st, like, well, didn't hit the vision. Like I'm still literally accomplishing things from my 2019 vision board, my 2020 vision board. Like this past year I spoke at Create and Cultivate. That was on like a 2018 or 2019 vision board, which I thought was pretty crazy. So it's like, you never know when things are gonna come to pass, but I think making the vision very clear is very important, okay? So this one, a lot of things happened, a lot of things didn't happen. It's actually really funny. I didn't realize that I had Disney World on here, and we just actually signed a deal with Disney to go to Disney World, but it's 2026 now. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to pick up a hobby, which was tennis, which we started that, but
I was about to say, how did that go?
but we didn't really I'm not a tennis player yet, I can't play Serena yet. However, this summer I'm gonna commit. Yeah, so there's things on here. I have my newsletter on here to have 1,000 paid subscribers. That didn't happen. I have 500K followers on Instagram, but even though I didn't hit 500K, I gained like 180,000 follows in like the last 6 or 7 months of 2025 alone. So I thought that was like a huge accomplishment for Instagram. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff on here. I think my word of the year was elevate because I really just wanted to take everything to the next level. I feel like in reality, 2025 was a very transitional year for me. It was my first full year of being a mom. It was the first full year of just trying to figure out how to balance entrepreneurship with motherhood. So it was a bit of a challenge in that regard, just trying to figure out the routine. And we went through a couple nanny situations, daycare, just trying to really figure out what is gonna work for us. And now that 2025 is over, I feel like we're hitting 2026 in an actual stride. So even though a lot of this stuff didn't necessarily happen, I feel like we needed 2025 to be the type of year it was so that 2026 can be the type of year that we're planning for it to actually be.
That is going to be.
That is going to, period, babe. Cameraman is in the background making sure I say the thing right. Okay, so we're gonna take this vision board down, not because it doesn't still apply, because I feel like I could literally just use this again and just switch this year out, but I'm actually tired of how this looks aesthetically. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. Y'all know every year I do something different. I've done a picture frame one. I've done a giant boards. I've done this cork board. I've done so many different vision boards. You can look and see them all throughout the years on my channel. But anyway, in comes the new one. Okay, I got all of my images printed and I bought picture frames so that I can make a little gallery wall for my vision board this year. And if you know me, if you've seen any of my vision board videos, I am the type who likes very specific images. So I never use a magazine. I mean, no shade against magazine clippings and stuff, but I just feel like I want the photos to directly represent what my vision actually is. So I'll explain all of the photos once we get them up on the wall. But highly recommend even using ChatGPT. So like I had a photo of something and I was like, create a photo that has X, Y, and Z. And it literally spit out a photo that looks like I actually took it. Like you probably wouldn't know which one I used ChatGPT on. So I recommend like using tools like that to just enhance your photos, make them more specific to your actual goals. And then another thing I did for my photos this year was instead of just having a very tight body, like ripped woman on my vision board, I actually did photos that represent the process as well. So like this is probably the amount of supplements I take a day, staying hydrated, getting fiber, like drinking tea. So I wanted to also make sure that when I look at my vision board, it's not just like the result, but it's also the things that are gonna help me get the results. So another tip if you are making your vision board. All right, let's get these photos on the wall. It's the next day and Cameron spent last night getting the wall prepped with all the nails so I can hang up the photos. And I am so excited about this year. This vision is a good one because it is very simple, which is, that should have been my word this year, simple. But my word of the year is consistent because the goal is to be consistent in the two biggest things that I want to accomplish this year, which are my fitness. I want to get into the best shape of my life. And I also want to be the most consistent with my content that I've ever been. I feel like a lot of this vision board is going to be a product of my consistency. So that said, consistent 2026. Okay, so I just want to have a little chit chat about like setting the vision for the year, taking January to kind of set the tone for the entire year instead of using January as like a month to go hard and then you fall off. So my husband is in the background and he's gonna be like prompting some questions.
I have to come with these questions off the top of my dome. So each year you get super creative. So my first question is, because I'm always inspired by it, is how do you come up with your like creative ideas on it? Because every year you literally do something different from the time you've been doing this. So how do you come up with your, I guess, vision board idea? Because this year is picture frames that I
Yeah, it's like a gallery wall. Okay, so I think it's more about the vibe of the year. This year, my vibe is simple. Like I really want to double down on 3 simple goals, not simple in the sense of like they're easy, but I just want to maintain focus. So that's why this year I wanted to just do a very intentional gallery wall. It's a mix of personal photos, things I kind of photoshopped together. Well, not Photoshop, but like, you know, pieced together in the image. And that was my biggest thing this year. I think every year my vision boards are intentional and they kind of fit the space. Like the years that we were in the office, like we had the big, massive vision boards, like the jumbo size ones, because it just fit in that space and we kind of used them as decor. So I like to combine like decoration and functionality and like make my vision board something beautiful that I actually want to look at, but then be the vision and make it clear.
So to start with your word consistent, why did you choose consistent?
I chose the word consistent because it's just a very straightforward word. I've had a lot of different words, and to me, I just wanted one that told me how to act. And consistent is just a very active word, and I want to be consistent in all of these 3 main pillars of my goals, which is like fitness, content, and building my planner company. So consistent is just what it's got to be in order for me to get the results that are also on the vision board.
Speaking of planner company, I would like to know what you would have to tease?
Okay, so the planners, we are trying to decide a few different things. For one, I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the name or if I want to rename the planner company. We also are in the process of making a few new products, like more than one new product, which is why we've kind of taken this long break, because we were brainstorming new product ideas and testing them and getting samples, and we're going to share that whole process. But in essence, I want the planner company to be able to have its own world, and almost, yes, I'm the founder and I want to be a part of it, but I also want it to be able to live without me. So that is why that is like such a big goal for this year, and why it's such a big task, is because we're trying to create a world where that brand doesn't fully depend on me.
Speaking of depending on you, you have a daughter that you put up
Way
here.
to transition.
I have to listen to you so I can think of the next question. You have a daughter and you said she is now the reason, but I feel like most parents say that. So without having that cliche statement, what about having a daughter now has inspired this year's vision?
Yeah. Okay, River is the reason. Like, even without her, I would have wanted to accomplish all of these things though. Like, even if we didn't have any children, the vision is still the same. And Cameron and I have always been very clear on what our vision is. Having a daughter though, and also having a daughter, like that just makes me fired up even more, because she gets to see her mom like be a good mom, be a good wife, be a good leader, be a businesswoman, be fit, have a brand, run events, travel the world with us, and see me do all of these really cool things with her dad right next to me, like us being a team and doing those things together. And like having her as a part of this just makes it that much more meaningful and special, and it just keeps the fire burning. So that's what I mean when I say she's my reason, is like the fire was there, but like she lit it, and like
you got a new flame.
Yeah, it's just got a new flame. So
okay, speaking of being fit, traveling the world, you want to be invited to con. You have this woman on here with
incredible abs. I don't know who that woman is, but her abs are great.
Yeah, so I feel like every year, and this is me being a husband on you, you always want to be fit.
Yeah.
So
every vision board, I have fitness on there.
But
and look at me.
It's not just about I've gotten you tennis lessons. We've played tennis 2 times.
See, I knew this was a bad idea.
I got you very expensive gym memberships for the past 4 years. And I'm not calling you non-fit, but expensive.
Cameron.
So, one, I want to know, why haven't you been consistently getting fit?
Okay,
but from your perspective, because to you, you believe you aren't fit.
So, lots of things to unpack there. But so every year I really do put be fit or some type of health and wellness on my vision board. And I don't feel like I've ever committed in the last, definitely not in the last 5 or so years. Now, the only other time I committed, I did this program and it was very intense and I saw really good results. That was when I was in DC, and then I moved back home and kind of fell off.
She wanted to get married.
Babe, shut up. But now I'm looking, I have a new perspective on fitness. I think I've always struggled with it because I didn't grow up playing sports. I didn't grow up, frankly, seeing many women in my family take fitness seriously. So, and even my dad really isn't super athletic and into that. Now he is, as he's gotten older and he sees the value in it, but it's just not something that I grew up seeing. And now that I am getting older and I see the value in being fit and being healthy, and I have a daughter, like I said, and I don't view generational curses as just like, or generational wealth, I should say. I don't view generational wealth as just money. Like, I feel like passing on a healthy lifestyle is also generational wealth. And it's funny because we'll have food for River and we'll be like, oh, she has to eat this. Like, it's so healthy. It's so, nutritious. And then we can't be eating, garbage or not working out or not taking our health and wellness seriously either. So this year I'm like, you know what? This is not just like a get fit for the summer. Like, I want to grow a booty. I want a flat stomach type thing. Like, this is just me looking at it as a long-term investment. And I also got a nutritionist because that's the part where I always just fall short. And if I work out and don't eat enough, I feel miserable. So I'm like, I gotta reel it in. So that's why this year I feel like it's just different, because it's a lifestyle shift. And that's what I mean. Like, River is the reason. Like, yes, I want to be healthy for myself. I want to be able to play with my grandkids when I'm like 70 years old and run around and do things. And I know that right now I have to do what I need to do now in order to be able to do that in 40, 50 years.
40, 50 years, you've come up with a creator class idea. You have not only ideas for the community that you have grown, but we have some ideas that we want to do with our family. And then also you have your own content. So the word is consistent, but also we have family who's want to be more consistent and learn the social media world and how to use it to their advantage and all these things. So before we get to the last thing, so let's talk about some creator class, because you obviously have the
Creator College.
Obviously you're teaching there and you have that community, but talk about the things you want to do, like in real life, as you would put IRL, that I did not know what meant. You or Ashley.
You're so old. Okay.
So get into that.
I've had this digital online community for so long. YouTube, Instagram, Creator College, which used to be the eBrand Club. And now I'm just I want to be like in person. Like, I want to see you guys. I want to hug you guys. I want to like teach you guys in real life. And so because I have Creator College, I was like, well, it'd be cute to call it Creator Class. And I want to do the first one and kick it off with our family who are entrepreneurs. We have families, both of our sides have lots of entrepreneurs, very creative people who want to leverage social media, but just feel a bit overwhelmed, like so many people. So we want to kind of like have the first one with our family and just kind of test it out. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe this is something we travel to and do a little tour around different cities and like host this creator class. But we want to be very intentional. I'm like, even if I do little coffee shop meetups and like co-work together or do just little content planning sessions with you guys in real life. But I just want this to be the year where I stop putting it on my vision board and it not being the thing that happens. And we already have a couple of things planned, which I'm excited about. You guys will hear more about that soon. But yeah, I'm excited to be in real life.
Okay, what's best and it's last, but it's grayed out. So I view that as
grayed out. It's the one picture that's in black and white up there.
I view that as we about to make history.
Ooh.
So I don't know what you view it as, but what do you get to mention that we have something combined coming out?
We have something combined coming out. Ooh. It's still in the works, but it's gonna be so good. But I agree. I think it's just like, this is going to be a monumental year for both of us. Cameron is stepping fully into content creating, and obviously he works on Erin on Demand stuff as well, but he's like also stepped into content creation full time for himself. And like, we're just excited for what this year looks like as a unit and individually, because, you know, even though we're married, we still have our own personal goals. He has his own fitness goals, his own content goals. You know, I have my own goals, and I think this year is going to be so big for us. And we have a project that we're working on together. Should I say what it is? Okay, you guys won't see it yet, but it is I don't think I can say it. I don't think I should say it on this video.
Okay.
But just kind of like, I'll hint at the fact that it is going to help other couples work well together and make this process a lot more seamless. if you work with your spouse specifically, or just like doing life together and making it an easier, more seamless process. I think this last year, specifically for me and Cameron, has been about trying to find our flow and just make sure as parents, like we had to adjust into parenthood, and now we're like, all right, this is the year where we're just like taking off. And no, I will not be pregnant this year. That is just not happening. So yeah, that's the vision. I think I've made it pretty plain, as the Bible says. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you like Cameron in the background asking me questions. I thought it would be a fun twist instead of me just sitting here talking, because we had already, I was like, what should I say to wrap up? And I was like, why don't you just ask me a bunch of questions? So I feel like this kind of gives like solo podcast, but like with a nice twist, because you're in the background.
Well, I started in it yesterday, but I have a bad case of hiccups in my voice.
Don't
like
say that word.
Through, so.
Yes, he's been hiccuping for the last 3 days. So pray for your boy. I love you guys. Let me know what your word of this year is, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.